little hangout event. I forgot what they were called for a second. That was embarrassing. Also, I don't know why his thing is a deer. Like, I didn't really get a deer vibe from him. Yes.
A key member of the
I
Tenryo
forgot
Commission
to...
has recently gone missing. Their name is...
Kujosara.
Oh!
That's right. The general has gone missing.
They're throwing Sara in, like, everyone's hangout event except her own. I am so sad.
In fact, the missing person's name is Shikanoin Heizou.
I'm joking. Oh.
Come on, you guys. I'm nothing but a poor tourist with empty pockets. Please, you can just let me go. The name's Shikanoin Heizou, Special Detective of the Tenryo Commission. It's a pleasure to meet you, traveler. I wish you all the best on your journey through Tibet, by the way.
Why does he speak like that? It's not flirtatious, but it's like very much like a lilting voice.
Traveler, you are so dreamy.
Oh my god, no, he's never mind. Disregard what I said before. No, he's down. Comparatively, honestly, I think this is one of the few characters that have been most openly flirtatious with the traveler, which I think is so funny.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. After all, this is the first time I've seen a voice.
Voice?
I must admit.
Lord!
So since we're already here, why don't we just solve this puzzle together? Once everything is settled, I'll gladly accompany you back to the police station, or anywhere else you'd like to go.
I like how he makes it sound like this is like completely under the assumption that this will take like less than a day or something. Like, for all we know, this investigation could take like half a year.
Great. Thank you for all the info. Let's go.
Hey, traveler! It's
Goro!
been a while. I'm ashamed to say that, yes, the caravans have been plundered. And not just once, I'm afraid. We had already dispatched additional forces to protect the caravans, yet the crooks still managed to get away with the goods. Not only have we reassured the affected caravans, but we also dispatched personnel to investigate the culprits.
Like, I imagine it's someone on the inside helping, like, create blind spots or something.
Of the International Trade Association named Godot.
My intuition tells me that General Goro is lying. In my opinion,
oh yeah, I was like, where did he come from?
A little too coincidental. Sanganamiya's soldiers have been keeping an eye on me for the entire time I've been on Watatsumi Island, yet I had never seen General Goro even once. But today he came out and met with us, and even commissioned us to investigate a case.
Good point.
A more plausible explanation is that the items we discovered are linked with some unspeakable secret, and he had to intervene to prevent us from digging any deeper.
So this is kind of going in line with my hunch, actually. Like, I have like a very good feeling that whatever's going on has to do with someone on the inside, or maybe someone like Goro, or maybe someone impersonating Goro that's creating blind spots in these caravans that allow them to be stolen, and then Goro, or impersonator Goro, whatever, is covering it up. Like, that's my idea of what's going on here. Oh. What's going on? Why is it lagging so bad?
Man alive! We strayed too far and now we've lost him.
Why does he say man alive? Where does that come from?
Your intel was spot on. When we arrived, the Nobushi were all still asleep. We captured them all, and the goods were retrieved and brought back here. Thanks to the efforts of your caravan, the price of grain in the village has decreased.
That's right. And who would have thought that the injuries we sustained during the war would have such a lingering effect on our bodies? But thankfully, you also brought back some life-saving medicine.
Things are improving thanks to the help from
the person in the back that was glitching.
Blaze lilies? What are these doing here? Shouldn't it be crystal marrow or something?
These are valuable raw ingredients for producing medicine. If these few crates were to be imported from Rito, the price would be jaw-dropping. On top of that, these items seem to lack a tax clearance certificate, meaning that they were most likely smuggled. Yes, very interesting. Now, where did the Nobushi get these goods?
Captain,
yeah, we're
do
just
you
walking.
remember us? During the war, I was in the field hospital with Masashi. Teppei brought you to see us and helped find medicine for us.
Oh.
Hey, come on now. The captain wouldn't forget.
Questionable, but I get what you mean.
I gotta tell you, Captain, we all miss you. We haven't seen you ever since the end of the war.
We have places to be. We have gods to meet. We have gnosis to just barely miss. We have Heizou to defeat and become the playable, okay? We have things to do, I'm sorry.
When we heard that you were coming here, we just assumed you were only going to see General Goro and Her Excellency. The guys are all really hoping to see you.
What's interesting though is that like this Hangout event is doing an interestingly well job at contextualizing a post-war Watatsumi, right? I think Kokomi's definitely contributes to that, especially with how there are still very much like lingering feelings when it comes to the hatred between some of the Sangonomiya and some of the Tenryo Commission forces. But I think that this does a good job with also showing how fragile Watatsumi is, right? We already knew how fragile it was based off of the world quests that had to do with the unlocking of Enkanomiya and the Enkanomiya quest and, you know, all of that. We knew that. But this is doing a good job in showing that, like, yeah, a lot of these soldiers are still injured. A lot of these soldiers are still, you know, having to work in order to get treatment. And it's also showing that Watatsumi can't necessarily stand on its own 2 feet yet. I think it also makes these NPCs seem more human. In the sense that, like, they are forgettable to us, but for them, the Traveler has impacted their lives significantly and has changed the landscape of their world as they know it.
But Masashi previously fainted on the front lines. The doctor thought that it might be a neurological condition caused by overstimulated emotions. If it hadn't been for the medication he's been taking, he would have developed dementia.
Whoa! Medicine is advanced enough for them to know what dementia is. Note 2. They know what neurological conditions are. I want to understand how advanced the medical understanding is in this world.
Are you still a little confused? Let me help connect the dots. This whole thing was actually quite similar to a case I once worked on previously. It was a case involving the trade of prohibited items, and they employed an old trick to execute the deal. The culprit would first go strolling down the street until they knocked over a pedestrian on purpose, using the opportunity to slip the...
Oh.
We took those goods from a small merchant ship just off the beach, but we didn't exactly steal
Do you know who delivered them?
You see, the ship's guards all took off running the moment they saw us. But next thing we know, a group of soldiers arrives and we're all apprehended. Talk about bad luck. We didn't even have a chance to stash away the goods before we got caught. Just the other day, we scared off an entire squad of soldiers. When they noticed us, they went running
they're
and
getting set
dropped
up.
their goods.
They're getting set up.
I swear. I still remember seeing tons of Sango pearls and crystal marrow on that load. Unfortunately, a bunch of pirates came later and snatched those goods. It just happened that our boss had diarrhea that day and couldn't hold off the pirates.
Pirates?
Yep, no doubt about it. They came on a massive ship, and their captain was a pretty lady with an eye patch. We had no idea how powerful she was.
Beidou! Okay. The amount of fucking cameos in Heizou's, like, Hangout event? What is going on?
It appears that the situation is just as I suspected. Todoroki is striking a shady deal with a group of pirates, while General Goro appears to be assisting with the cover-up.
Also, I think it's funny because, like, we know that, like, Beidou does some shady shit sometimes, and we know that, like, she has, like, some secret deals with Ningguang that involves compensation beyond just money. I'll let that linger. Yeah.
I believe you've been manipulating large-scale illegal trades for some time now.
Coming right out with it.
About that for a bit?
No preamble.
You can't just go around spewing such nonsense, young man. These crooks are trying to pry into the secrets of Watatsumi. We mustn't let them go.
But, no.
Remember what General Goro told you? The long-term goal of Watatsumi is to revive its trade and commerce. And since you have been assigned to work with me, it's my orders that count around here.
But... here we go.
Wait! Everyone, stand down!
Whoa, none of us were drawing any weapons. Relax.
If we detain them today, the Shogunate will never know what we've done. Besides, we're only a few months away now.
From what?
We will set them free once the new bill is passed in just a few months, and everything will be okay. None of what happened here will be mentioned again, and life on Watatsumi Island will continue to improve.
I understand, Todoroki, but they won't...
What is the bill you just mentioned?
It's a new commodity tax bill currently being drafted by the Kanjo Commission. The bill exempts taxes on goods that are in short supply on Watatsumi Island.
Why are they passing that faster?
Once the bill's introduced...
Oh, I see.
Again,
Man
where is
alive.
man alive coming from?
I wish I had known
Where does that phrase
sooner.
from?
In that case, how about we put your fears at ease and I'll stick around here a little longer. I have to take the opportunity now and enjoy this place while I still have it all to myself. Before long, tourists will start pouring in.
Thank you, Detective Heizou. On behalf of the people of Watatsumi.
It's because of you that I was finally able to reach an answer. After all, nothing makes a detective happier
Oh yeah,
than
what
putting a case to
was the
rest.
answer to what was missing? Medicine?
I understand now.
Infrastructure?
You are an interesting person,
Fair
Detective
business?
Heizou.
No, I'm afraid you don't quite get what I mean.
Oop, sorry.
I'm sorry?
Wait! Paimon gets this one! It's the answer to your question, right? The one about the thing you sensed coming from Goro and the others.
Were they missing stability? Was that what it was?
What? The thing you sensed coming from me? But I always have excellent personal hygiene.
I know, buddy. I know.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Watatsumi Island. It's remarkable how such a barren land can give life to such wonderful and stunning scenery.
So now you have the answer you were searching for? Question mark.
Yes. Everyone you led me to and everything they said brought me closer to the answer. And now I finally get it. Watatsumi Island is an ancient land where the soil is poor and many crops do not grow because it's lacking a certain thing. But what the inhabitants of this land do have is bravery. They were courageous enough to stand up and resist the gods and accomplish what they knew could not be done. This is yet another instance in which that certain thing shines. That certain thing is what I sensed present in Goro, Todoroki, Tokuda, and Masashi.
The willingness to break the law? I don't, like, for the greater good? What?
Which is the true vitality of this land. I guess I was mistaken when I declared that something was missing. That something from this island had evaporated into thin air. Because even something that evaporates is not gone. It's still there, just in a different state of being. When the land was harmed, its vitality evaporated and eventually found its place among the inhabitants. This is the final answer I've been searching for. I wish you could be my partner all the time. Call me greedy, I guess. But, of course, I know that's impossible. You have your own journey to complete. So I'll just keep doing what I can. Hopefully keeping my memories from evaporating safe and sound in my mind. That way, I'll
He definitely
always
has
be
an
able to
artistic flair
remember
to the way he
these
speaks.
beautiful things. The beauty of Watatsumi Island. The people who are full of life and vitality. And you two, who are by my side.
Oh! Memories do not evaporate. The journey will end, but the memories will remain. I think that Heizou's Hangout event was not necessarily as focused on him as I was expecting it to be. It definitely seemed like it was very much about Watatsumi Island, and honestly, I think it was a very good supplement to Watatsumi Island's story. That Heizou, even though he's a detective, he doesn't seem to be, like, super hell-bent on rules, if that makes sense, and he was, like, he acknowledged that, yes, what they were doing was illegal, but, like, they needed it. They needed it to live, and to save the lives of these people who had been marred by war. So I think it's interesting that he would overlook that. With that being said, if this does turn into a video, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video if you want. Of course, you're never under any obligation. As always, see you next time.